eating. So just letting you know that the second game is going to look a little bit more like that. Chad, Josh, I love your backgrounds.
Thanks for...
Not a problem. Very nice. I like to see people get into it. Oh, one thing I'll show you real quick. I'm going to take this away because we are going to be using this through the night to reveal answers. Is we do have the big old board.
Yeah.
So the big old board ready to go. That is where I'll be revealing to you how your answers did. So we do have that as well. And then I just like to do this. That's how we're going to end up looking at everything tonight. So I'm going to move it back. I'm going to move it back to the VGS Feud. I'm going to take it off the screen for right now, just so that people can get in the game. But essentially, some part of it is going to be that presentation on the second screen. A lot of it's also going to be on your phone. So it's a multi-screen experience tonight, guys, gals, non-binary pals. We're going to start this up in just a couple of minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you already know about the Party Gamecast, I do have two What the Food just off to the side. Since Mousy Doo said something, it made me pull some things. We're just waiting for a few more people to show up, and then we'll start the party. Once again, if you know people that want to join, they can come in at any point. Why we're doing it this way, I'm doing it as standard Family Feud.
You're cutting out.
There is nothing to do about that. That it's still cutting out.
There we go.
Really badly.
Huh. Well, then the only thing I can do is end the entire call and start it over. I would rather not do that. Is it still getting real terrible?
No.
Is
now.
your Discord still open by chance, or?
Let me take a look. I don't think I have anything open, but
Okay.
I'm just enough of a fool with a
Oh,
computer.
J-Bell.
Let's see here. Let's get that.
Hey there.
Let's quit this. Let's get some other
What's up,
bandwidth things
Jay?
off of here.
My whole con fam is here right now. Like everybody.
Nice.
It's amazing.
I like that. It got very pressure luck behind you, Eric. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the old school game is the cutting out getting better. I'm trying to just
Much
get
better.
okay,
Loud and clear.
beautiful. I'm trying to get rid of any other program that might be trying to suck up bandwidth at this point. Once again, if you want in, scan that code in the bottom left-hand corner. That'll get you in the game. If you have a weapons-grade hatred of QR codes, once again, feel free to go to any web browser. Go to ringin.games, enter the code VGSFeud1. That is because, yes, there is a VGS Feud 2, which will be the second game we're going to play tonight. We're going to play two 15-question games of Survey Says. I'm guessing about an hour and a half, giving you a brief break before you head into the Price is Right 1986, if that's what you're going to do. Once again, for all of our new players, if you just came into the room, since I know I am the lead-in for 35-year-old or whatever Price is Right, some of my questions will be throwbacks, and they will be labeled as such.
Let's be honest,
Let me
it's like
take a look.
40-year-old prices right. It's getting bad. It's long in the tooth.
That's fine. Wait till you see some of the questions here tonight that I farmed out for Survey Says. I did manage to find one that is both old and suggestive, which is what we're finishing the game with. I found a 1988 suggestive question that is my closer for tonight.
Is the answer making whoopee?
I was going to ask about Whoopi. Yeah.
No, okay, so here's what I did. I specifically chose ones where it's things like, name things people have pairs of. But you can't give the answers you'd want to give because I've limited your answers anyway. And usually the things you would say are only there so that Steve Harvey can act mock offended to whatever you've just said. And since I can't make you do that, I just took out the ones that are bad. But the question will still be something like, name something they got a pair of. And then you have to say like pool balls or something. You'll see when we get there. Game number one's much more straightforward, a bit more family-friendly. Once again, if you care deeply about the family-friendly content of the game, feel free to duck out in game two whenever you want to. But I wanted to make sure that we began game one, that if you came in here, you were going to get one full game where everything was just going to be exactly what you expected. Once again, we'll start up in a moment. I have a few more people coming in. Let's take a look. Here. Ooh, somebody got Stardew Valley. I found out Stardew Valley as a board game existed, and almost in the same moment found out it was out of print.
Ooh.
So, or at least temporarily.
Out of print or out of stock?
Out of stock, but they're making a new print run. So, dealer's choice on how you want to talk about that. I guess it will eventually be back in print, but having worked for the company that made Quacks of Quedlinburg, there are points where that's just really not an important distinction because you're still going to pay $2.25 for a copy of it, whether anyone wants you to or not.
That's an excellent
One-
point.
Yeah. We're going to start up in just a moment. Once again, if you want in, scan that code in the bottom left-hand corner. As more people are coming in the room, I'm just going to onboard everybody, and then we'll start tonight's game. You're going to be looking at, essentially, it's going to look a little bit like a trivia game, but all the questions are going to be based on surveys that have been given in malls and strip malls all over Middle America. From Des Moines all the way to Phoenix. Are where these questions have been answered. I say that because I want to remind you, you're going to see questions in these games that are very clever. The clever answer is rarely correct. Just as a note.
But not always grounded in reality. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
I will also tell you some of these questions have answers that are factually correct. That doesn't matter. You still just want what is the most popular, no matter how factually correct something may be. And then we're going to start, once again, in just a moment. A few more people are popping in, and then we'll get into game number one. Once again, I'll
like there are people joining via or watching on YouTube.
say it to me one more time.
It looks like there will be people watching through YouTube, according to this Discord. Just as a
Okay, well
heads
then
up.
I will do what I can to try to keep a little bit of a gap in material. I'm not necessarily watching over there, but I'll just assume everything is 40 seconds back.
Okay.
Tell me, can everybody, is it already broadcasting? Can people see it? Because I'm old, I say broadcasting like that's real. Is it already streaming?
What is it?
Oops, we're not muted.
So then what I'm going to say is, if you're out there and you're watching and you're not in the Zoom room with me, first of all, scan that code in the bottom left-hand corner on the screen that I'm sharing with you. If that's not how you want to get in, okay, that's fine. Be that way. Get on another web browser. Go to ringin.games. When you get there, it's going to say you need to enter a code. Okay, enter VGS Feud 1. It's at the bottom of the screen that I'm sharing with you. And then give me a nickname, whatever you want me to call you. I don't know what kind of weird things that's going to bring forth, but it is how I'm going to phrase it. I also will note, especially if you're out there watching on anything but Zoom, pay far more attention to your phone than you pay to me. Probably not hard, but I want to make sure you know, because this is a speed game. The faster you answer, the more points it's worth. It's going to come to your phone, especially if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. Much faster to your phone, probably 35 seconds faster to your phone. Than it is going to, then you're going to hear me say it. So just be prepared for that. Everything's going to be a little out of sync for you. Hopefully not anything terrible, but it's lag. What are we going to do? Once again, we'll start the game up in just a moment. I am once again going to threaten you with the totally awesome Feud Board 3000. This is where we'll be revealing all of the answers in the questions that you will be answering. I will also tell you, when you are in the game here, you are going to get 4 possible answers to every question. That does not mean there were only 4 answers on the board. In some cases, I removed ones that I just felt were similar. I thought it was a bit of a lie for you to only see, or to see both of those. You'll see that as we go through. But some of them have 8 or 9 answers. You're only going to have 4 to pick from. But I guarantee you, in every case, you are looking, 100 people surveyed, you're always looking for the number 1 answer. Even if I don't say it at the start of the question, add these words every time. 100 people were surveyed. You need to give me the number 1 answer. Just add it. I didn't write it. Just, you can assume it. I feel like we know games here. Absolutely would watch a podcast featuring him. I have a few. I'm parts of a few of them. Feel free to watch them wherever you find podcasts are sold. Thank you, Jason. We're gonna start up. Let me give it just one more moment, see if anybody else pops in, and then we're gonna start with question number 1. Once again, each game is 15 questions. Every question is 100 points. The faster you answer, the more points you're going to get. It is like a Tribe Called Quest. Also, if anyone saw the Tom and Jerry movie, it opens with a Tribe Called Quest song. I did not expect it. I did not expect the Central Park
sung by birds.
Yeah. To be singing Can I Kick It? I will also note the movie is not as bad as people tell you, but it also is not good. But it's not as bad as I've heard. You are not typing answers. Someone's asking, are you typing answers? New person jumping in. Scan the code in the bottom left-hand corner. That's going to get you in the game. Everything is going to be multiple choice. What I did not want to do was make anything tonight where it's difficult. We're here to have fun. You're just going to pick an answer out. We're going to learn some things about how these boards go. What I didn't want was, well, Bruce, I accidentally put in schmoople, and that means something. I don't want to deal with that tonight. I don't think any of us should have to. Once again, we're going to start up in just a moment. Let me take a look. A couple more people coming in. Ringin.game/VGS Feud 1 will get you in there. Nick's putting it in there for me. Thank you so much, Nyabari. I appreciate it. And we're about to jump into question number 1. Let me take a look. A little more chat coming in. Let me make sure there's nothing I need to worry about. Schmoople is potentially the answer to all questions, but then, because I've spent years doing trivia games, I then have to fight with you about how Schmoople is really not the answer to everything. And then it's a whole thing we all have to sit here and watch. Here we go. We're about to head into the game. Everybody stare at your phones, hands on buzzers. We are about to start. It's time to put a countdown on the screen. Here we go. 10. There's no 9. I never get a 9. I've never been allowed to have one. And if you've done any of my games, this is not the time when it's going to happen. 1. Here we go. Question number 1. 100 people were surveyed. Name an animal that starts with the letter R. Raccoon, rhinoceros, rabbit, or rat. Name an animal that starts with the letter R. That's your opening question. Once again, none of these are going to be brain burners, so don't worry about it. We're playing Family Feud, y'all. So now, let's take a look at how you all answered. Let's see what the room thinks. 43% of the room gives me raccoon, 27% on rabbit, some guesses of rhinoceros and rat. I will tell you only one of these is the number 1 answer, and you are all over the board. Speaking of the board, let's bring that in. Let's play a little bit of theme music. Brace yourself. Protect your ears. It's theme music time. There we go. There, I got to stop it so we don't get any of the feeds cut anywhere. So we're going to begin with the opening question that you had tonight, which is name an animal that starts with the letter R. 5 answers are on the board. Here we go. The number 5 answer. Also, one note to everybody. Proper etiquette on this show is I'm going to reveal an answer, and everybody says the answer at the same time as if we really knew it should have been on the board the whole time. Okay, so we're going to test that with the first answer. Here we go. The number 5 answer is Roadrunner. Don't worry, this bit gets old in a hurry, but we're going to do it for a couple of questions. Next one is Rat. So if you guessed rat, you already know you've lost. Next. Raccoon, right? I thought it would be there too. Some of you thought it was number 1. You were also wrong. Next, we have rhinoceros. 4% of the vote. And finally, number 1 answer, the one's going to get you points. Rabbit. Rabbit is the correct answer on that one. That's the one that you're looking for. So let's pop back up to the game that we're playing over here. We're going to show you that apparently nothing is the correct answer. Let me fix that. This is a very nihilist version of this game. Rabbit was the number 1 answer. Let's fix that again one more time. There we go. Rabbit, 27. Getting that one right. Rabbit, the number 1 answer. Let's look at the board. Chris, your moderator, is leading with 95. Mike in second with 92. Nyabari right behind with 92. A little bit of chat coming over. Shmoopy wasn't an option, and it will not be for the entire game. So I would say just brace yourself and be prepared. It's never going to be. At the end of one question, your moderator, Chris, is leading, but we got a lot of game ahead of us. We're moving on to question number 2. 100 people were surveyed. Some answers are on the board. You're trying to give me the number 1 answer. Let me take a look. A little bit of chat coming in. I take care of it because it blocks my screen just a little bit. Your family feuds and nothing matters. Unfortunately, that's what we looked at last time. Hopefully we can fix that this time. Here we go. Question number 2. This is a throwback to 2002. I don't think it changes much anything, but I want you to know that we changed the year on this one. Name a state where 100-degree temperatures are common. In just 19 years, it's everywhere. But in 2002, what did they say? Florida, Arizona, Texas, or Nevada. All perfectly fine answers, and I think they're answers that would be given today.
I think I got
but I want you to know this is one of our throwback questions.
I
said Arizona.
said Nevada. I think it's going to be Texas.
Yeah, I should have guessed Texas. Not that we're dealing with like base level Midwesterners.
That is the deal. We are dealing with the base level Midwesterners. At all times, I want you to think, how does Reno feel about this? And every once in a while, if someone got bored, how does Walla Walla feel? Sometimes they'll go to the coast, but only to strangely named places. Let's take a look and see what you had to say as a room.
Vegas.
61% of you say Arizona.
Wow.
A couple guesses on Florida. A couple guesses on Texas, which Texas, to me, is officially hot as hell. Nevada, only place I've ever been where I opened a door and it was like opening the door to an oven. So all of these places seem perfectly reasonable. But you know what it's time for? Let's bring out the board. I'm not going to hurt your ears with the music, but we are going to move over to the big board. Let's take a look. Name a state where 100-degree temperatures are common. Top 6 answers are on the board, so not everything you've seen. Let's look at number 6.
Hawaii.
I didn't think that was reasonable to give you. I didn't think anybody would guess it. Next, number 5 answer. Let's take a look. Texas. It's unreasonable. Texas is hot as hell. Next, in 4th place, California. Feel free to not say it like I did. I do the full Schwarzenegger pronunciation anytime I do California. Because once I heard him say it, he just says it the best way, and any other way I can say it is wrong. Next, in 3rd, Nevada. Which that may be the hottest place I've ever spent any time, but they don't care here. The Midwest does not care. They didn't consult me. 2 answers remaining. Let's look at number 2. Florida. Number 1 answer is in fact Arizona. Number 1 answer. We're gonna turn the board. Actually, let me bring it back. Let's turn the board for everybody.
Y'all are good.
There we go. Let's get that off there. Let's start marking up our scores. Let's let you know how you did. Let's take a look here. 61% of the room went with Arizona. Arizona was, in fact, the number 1 answer. Let's take a look. Chris, your moderator. Chris, your moderator. Still leading with a $1.87. Nia Bari with a $1.86. Mike! If you're wondering, everybody out there, I'm sorry. Bruce, why did you yell into the microphone? It's because there's an exclamation point. That's why I did it. So just be aware of that. Also, it looks like 4th place is one of the robots putting in VGS Feud. You are one of our robot players tonight, and we will acknowledge that as such. Don't worry if you're out there thinking, Bruce, I accidentally put in the code. It happens all the time so much that I have a bit for it. So don't worry about that. That happens. Let's take a look. Little bit of chat coming over. Let's see what chat has to say. Yep, you did also goof. And I wasn't going to call you out, but you did also goof and spell the name backwards. So the AI is still learning. That's all we're really figuring out here. We're about to move on to question number 3. 100 perfectly normal people from probably just outside of Chicagoland were questioned. Top answers on the board. Let's take a look. Name something people handle with care. Babies or children, glass or crystal, eggs or packages. Name something people handle with care. Babies or children, glass or crystal, eggs or packages.
Wow.
Glass babies.
Right. You put eggs. I put
microphones on.
Are A and C really the same answer?
Say one more time.
Why is it on?
Are A and C really the same answer?
Here's what I will tell you. These are further apart as the same answer than some things you're going to see tonight. In some cases, if I felt that America gave us 2 of an identical answer, I gave you both of them so that in your mind you wouldn't put them together when you voted. But you're going to see this happen a couple times. This time, you're just being too clever for, I'm going to guess, maybe the Southwest. Let's just assume it's the Southwest. Let's take a look and see how you answered. 41% of the room gives me eggs. An equal number gave me babies or children and glass or crystal. Here's a thing I will tell you, and this is me trying to help you exist in society. If you're somewhere, and I don't know where you'd be, but if you're facing the classic Batman situation of 2 things are falling and you can only save one, go for the baby, let the glass hit the ground. I would say the same thing for eggs. If an actual, like, chicken egg... even if like a duck eggs are good, but if it's hitting the ground and also an actual human baby, I'm going to tell you, just so that you can talk to everybody afterwards, dive for the baby, don't dive for the egg. Well, I'm not telling you that's how America voted. I'm just telling you, as a life lesson, I see where your priorities are, and I just want you to know. If once we can all get back together, you're at, let's say, a 4th of July party. 2 things are on the table, a baby and some deviled eggs, and they both just take a tumble off the table, go for the baby, don't go for the eggs. Let's take a look. Let's bring the board back up. There we go. Let's show you the full Monty here. Name things people handle with care. 8 answers are on the board. You only had 4 of them. Let's take a look. In number 8, a mirror. Also, know a thing you should let hit the ground before a baby, but I don't know. Do I think the baby will make it? And I don't
Totally
want
different
7
from
years of bad
glass.
luck. Next at number 7, packages.
Packages.
Packages. At least you stamp them. Handle with care, so that feels right. In number 6, money. Money. I believe we're going to find this one might actually be a little older only because of this next one, which is China. Which clearly, and there's a reason I don't give it to you, because it's not the whole country. Clearly, we're talking about cups and plates. Let's take a look. Number 4, eggs. You psychopaths. It's in 4th. Number 3 is jewelry. Jewelry is number 3. Let's take a look at number 2. Glass or crystal. Because number 1 is babies. Number 1 is babies.
Go America!
As it should be. I
It's
just feel better about
Americans know what to do.
the
I
respondents.
guess you all are trying to second guess our fine country. Let's take a look here. Let's show you what the correct answer is. That was, in fact, babies. Only 6 of you, when given something you handle with care, actually chose human children.
To be
Let's see
fair,
what that did to the scores.
I thought I had board games in those packages, so
I'm not saying that
Board
you
game
can't
eggs.
explain where potentially I could start to come around to where you're thinking. I'm just saying, hey, who knows? Miho with 199, Courtney with 191, Chris, your moderator at 197. Folks that are just coming in the game, thank you so much for playing. Let's see. Do we only have one robot in the game tonight? I see one VGS feud, and we may only have one. And then 16, I'm a grandmama. Which I don't know entirely what to do with that, but it is a player that we have in the game. A lot of people have noted, I want you to know, anytime I run with that question, people do note to me, hey, Bruce, it's a fun bit you did about not saving the eggs and saving the babies, but the eggs won't bounce and the babies might. Maybe I save the eggs and everything survives. Have you thought about that? Let's take a look, see any more comments coming in. And we're about to move on to our next question. 100 people surveyed. Some answers are on the board. You need to give me number 1. Here we go. Name something that starts with the word lady. Name something that starts with the word lady. We have ladylike, ladyfinger, Lady and the Tramp, or ladybug. Once again, name something that starts with the word lady.
I
I got this one.
It sounds like somebody thinks they have that one, which is good.
Lady Hawk.
And this is why we hand you all the answers, so that we don't get
Lady
Lady
Bird.
Hawk. So let's take a look. Let's see how you answered as a room. 74%, the wisdom of the commons says that it has to be Ladybug. There's no way it can be anything else, right? So yeah, let's go take a look at the board. Let's move us over. We are looking for things that start with the word lady. Let me get that up for you.
Yeah, if I'm
Top
right,
8
we only won.
answers are on the board. Show me number 8. Lady Killer.
Royce.
Let's take a look. Number 7. Lady Friend. I guess like Blanche Devereaux would have.
Is this 2005?
Once again, I have tried my best to give you a throwback here. I didn't have one here, but you're probably a little bit older. Yeah, I would guess. Let's take a look. Number 6. Lady in Red. Mr. Berg song. Which I did not know that at any point in human history that was such a reference that it would appear. Let's take a look. Number 5. Lady is a Tramp. A lot of song references I didn't expect. Let's take a look. Number 4. Ladylike. Let's take a look. Number 3. Lady and the Tramp. If left to my druthers, I would have put Lady and the Tramp and Lady is a Tramp together and done some kind of slash thing for them. But it's not me. It's not my board. It's the world's board. It's not mine. Let's take a look at number 2. Ladyfinger. That was number 1. 70%. Ladybug. Ladybug, the correct answer on that one. Let's bring ourselves back to the main board and let's take a look here. 74% giving me Ladybug. That is, in fact, the correct answer. Let's take a look at the scores. Courtney leading with 283. Miho with 277. Nayabari with 266. The robot is hot on your heels. Right now, Nayabari, you're our only chance to stop our machine overlords.
I'm in 30th.
Let's take a look. We have a 31st. It'll take a while for us to scroll back to 30. Chris has fallen to 7th. Mike is tied for 9th. There we go. We're about to move on to question number 5. 100 people were surveyed. Some answers are on the board. You're looking for number 1. Here we go. Name an excuse people give to get out of jury duty. Have to work, care for children, medical reasons, or didn't get notice. Once again, this is our serious part of the game, where we ask you serious questions about just the parts of day-to-day life you don't enjoy. Because we're here as an escape. Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 50% of the room says I have to work. 22 on care for children. A couple people on medical reason. A couple people I didn't get notice. I feel like that's what I would say. But goodness, you are all over the board, folks. And you know what that means. Time to show the board. Here we go. Let's move it on over. And let's set you up. On this one, the top 8 answers are on the board. You only got 4 of them. So let's take a look. Number 8. Didn't get noticed.
Didn't get noticed.
2 people. More people said didn't get notice in this survey than did in the real survey. Next. Can't read.
Oh my gosh.
Which leads me wondering how you were in the survey here. Not that I'm sure this is a problem, but I'm just sort of curious. Next. Death. Hey, Your Honor, I'm dead. Dead. I can't be there. It can't happen. P.S. Thank you very much for considering this. Have a great day. Also, I'm dead. Sign first. In 5th, religious reasons. Let's take a look at number 4. Care for children.
Care for eggs.
Next, in 3rd, being prejudiced. For some reason, you know
Which one they were that
the
wasn't
case.
up there?
Yeah,
I
where
will
was
tell you a
that
fun
on?
one. I did this board for a bunch of lawyers, and they gave that answer thinking there's no way America would pick it, and gosh darn it, they did. So we're down to number 2 and number 1. Number 2, have to work. Number 1, medical reason. If you gave me medical reason, you're going to get those points. So let's reset this. Let's get this where it needs to go, and then let's go and look over at how we answered. Ooh, medical reason only got 6 answers. Let's note that. There you go. And let's look at the scores. Courtney leading with 361, Neo in second with 339. The robots are back and on the attack. Now we have 2 of them. The good news is that they're different because one is spelled correctly and one is not. And I will tell you, if I have to pick the one that I want taking control, it's the one that mixed the letters in the middle. I feel like I can still reason with that robot.
I'm afraid I discovered I'm a robot during this. I'm the Cylon, apparently.
Oh no. No, well then it's down to Courtney and Miho to stop us and save us. Or whoever is in
pilot
4th.
out.
Although 4th's probably another gosh darn robot. We're about to move on to question number 6. 100 people were surveyed. Top answers are on the board. You need to give me the number 1 answer. Here we go. Name a fruit or vegetable used as a beauty aid. Watermelon, avocado, banana, or cucumber.
Oh.
Right, I know. Banana is B-A-N-A-N-A-S. How do you not answer that? It's why I would. In between games, we're going to do a little bit of what the food before we head into game number 2. Once again, 15 questions in each game tonight. Let me take a quick drink because I'm talking an
Is this a
awful
throwback
lot.
before people ate avocados?
Say it again?
Is this a throwback question?
No. This one is, so here's the
Before
thing I will say.
avocado
Anytime I
toast.
say it's not a throwback question, it might be as old as 4 years ago. Throwbacks are much older than that. Here's the other thing I will tell you is all of these questions, even though they're relatively new in terms of Family Feud, they're still going to be from the before times. So for instance, there's one question I specifically did not put in this game, but it was, give me a sign. No, actually that might be in here. Give me a sign people don't follow. And obviously, like, put on a
Wearing a
mask would be
mask.
number 1, but it's not in here because the question was answered well before that would have come up. So just kind of keep aware that when I say new, still a couple years.
So like Richard Kind?
No, we're not. No. If we went all the way back to Karn or to the guy that was on Seinfeld, you're definitely going to get a warning ahead of time on those, if I remembered. If we get one that's that old, it means I forgot to tell you it was from the wrong year. And that's on me, and there's nothing we're going to do about that. But I'm just letting you know that some of them might have snuck through. Let me take a look. One thing coming in the chat real quick. Okay, and then let's see how you answered. 79% giving me cucumber. No guesses of banana. It's BANANAS. A couple guesses of avocado. One guess of watermelon. Let's take a look at the board. Let's bring it around. And let me make sure I get the right question lined up. Name a fruit or vegetable people use as a beauty aid. Top 8 answers are on the board. Show me number 8. Watermelon.
Watermelon.
Show me number 7. Carrots. I thought if I put just all of the phallic fruits and vegetables, it just seemed unfair. It just seemed like, why put them all on there?
That's
Let's
a
give you
Steve
some
Harvey
options.
question.
Next, number 6. Lemon.
Lemon.
That's one I don't think of until I see it in front of me. And once I see it in front of me, I'm like, yeah, I guess lemon really isn't that bad a guess, is it? Take a look at number 5. Strawberry. I see some of you. One person literally gave me the full tilt puppy dog head tilt. I agree. I don't know either. I don't know what to tell you. I don't understand how America thinks. They think strawberry is apparently a beauty aid. Next is technically number 4. Apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Doctors?
I don't know. Like, I'm certainly not the most beautiful person you're going to meet, but I also don't know how an apple would improve that.
Doctor
next,
away.
number 3, banana.
3.
Better than watermelon, one person. Next, show me number 2. Avocado. That makes number 1. Cucumber at 62%. Most of the room getting that one right. Let's head back over to the other board and show you 79% here getting cucumber. What's that do to the scores? Courtney leading with 448, Mayo at 425, Nyabari at 359. And we have, for another question, fellow humans, pushed off the robots. Good work. Let's take a look. A little bit of chat coming in. Don't sell yourself short. Thank you. I'm still not sure an apple is going to help anything. But maybe. Who knows? I know a guy used an apple as a bong once. Does that count? No. I would say if the question was, give me a fruit or vegetable you can use as drug paraphernalia, I feel like apple would have been number 1 if that was the question. But also, and he used a carrot. What Chernobyl Farms carrot did he find himself that he managed to use as a whole bong?
Wow.
I don't know. I'm not going to keep getting into it. I promised the first game was family-friendly content. So we're going to move on to question number 7. Wait a minute, a little bit more chat coming in. Let me see what we get. And another person coming in. Hey, new person,
31
welcome.
to 35.
Let's take a look. Just once, I had a friend who would only smoke us out if we smoked from fruit. Oh, no. Those are the kind of people that later in life end up just getting really into like smoked meat. They just really have to they have to create a thing. Like, everybody knows that. We're going to do the bit. Everybody knows that one person in college that built like an entire room-sized bong. And you were like, hey, Steve, how about you build bridges? How about you help us? The world needs you. I don't know that we need the Bongtron 6000, Steve. How about you get out there and make a more fuel-efficient car so that we have a place to live? Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. I appreciate you.
We're gonna live in our car. I don't.
Whew.
Yeah.
You give me the time to do that. I appreciate
Living in
it.
Steve's room.
We're gonna move on to question number 7 coming your way. Here we go. Besides Thanksgiving, name a holiday when people eat too much. 4th of July, Christmas, Easter, or Memorial Day. I will tell you, I'm pretty sure this is an older question, but I don't think the answers change a whole lot over time. But I did not look at the year on this one because this feels very timeless to me. Anybody that's new in the room, if you want to play, scan that code in the bottom left-hand corner. That'll get you in immediately into the game. You are not going to win this game because you're 7 questions back, but we appreciate having you here, and we'd love to have you hang out with us. Let's take a look and see how you answer. Wait a minute.
And realize it's not a holiday.
Let's see a little bit of chat coming in. The day Steve built his room. Right? Steve could have helped us all. Steve could have figured out a new style of architecture that none of us understand that properly reflects light, and there's Steve. Just in his James Bong room that he's built himself. Let's take a look. 61% of the room giving me Christmas. No guesses on Memorial Day. You've just decided as a room, no. Some guesses of Easter, some guesses of 4th of July. Christmas is what's leading. And Christmas feels real good to me. But let's take a look together. Let's jump over to the board. Let's bring it in. I believe for this one, there may only be 4 answers. Besides Thanksgiving, name holiday people eat too much. Show me number 4. Memorial Day.
Day.
Memorial Day. None of you gave it to me, and all of you were right to do that. In third, let's take a look. Show me number 3. The 4th of July. The 4th of July. I would have put that much higher. Let's take a look.
Nobody
Show me number 2.
Easter.
Easter. And that makes the number 1 answer. You knew it. Everybody had it. It's Christmas. We're going to move the board over. Let's go back over to the game that you're playing. Let's show you real quick. Of course, the answer is Christmas. What does this do the scores? Courtney leading with 541. Nyobari in second with 450. Mark P with 433 are our top 3 players for the game so far. Let's take a look.
That's the quicker you go.
A couple people voted for 4th of July, mostly because it's Daniel's birthday, it appears. Nobody said Halloween, because I feel like the day after Halloween, All Saints Day is the eating day. Halloween is the I got my steps in day, near as I can tell. Let's take a look. Question number 8 coming your way. 100 people surveyed. Find the number 1 answer. Here we go. Name a beverage that tastes terrible if it's lukewarm. Coffee, beer, milk, or soda. Name a beverage that tastes terrible if it's lukewarm. The day after is half-price candy day. Coincidentally, we celebrate half-price candy day a couple times in the year. The day after Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
The day after Easter. Also the day after Halloween. It's one, Americans love a good food holiday, and we do give ourselves a couple of those.
The good half-price day.
Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 47% of the room says beer. 33% of the room says milk because you are reasonable people. If you think, Bruce, what are you talking about? Just go pour yourself a milk, whatever type it is. Cow's milk, oat milk, soy milk, and just leave it till it gets to room temperature, and then you just tell me how it is.
Yeah.
Milk is a bad choice.
One person says lukewarm soda, which I will drink lukewarm soda, so I don't really agree with you. But it's not about how I feel. It's about how America feels. And let's take a look. Let's bring the board up. I can't remember for this one how many answers there are. We'll find out together. Name a beverage that tastes terrible if it's lukewarm. Just 4 answers. Show me number 4. Milk. Milk is unreasonable, and maybe we all need to take a moment and have some lukewarm milk and rethink what we're doing.
People drink warm milk all the time, right? To go to bed.
I thought people drank heated up milk. Not lukewarm milk. No one says like, oh, I need a refreshing lukewarm milk.
Or like tepid milk, please.
Yeah, please. If you know the only way I can go to sleep.
Take it off the shelf and just drink it.
Yeah. I just need. Could you just put a glass of milk? I usually just put a glass of milk by my bed at about 6 p.m. I go to bed around midnight.
Yeah.
I just like to pound that down right before I go to bed. Number 3, coffee. Let's take a look at number 2. Show me number 2. Soda. Let's make number 1 by a much smaller
Beer.
No.
Because we're American.
Soda was
much
not
smaller
crazy.
gap.
Very surprised.
Let's take a look. Let's change that on the board. Here we go. Beer is what's leading. What's that do to our scores? Courtney leading with 541. Josh with 505. Eric with 461. And then I have to address the 4th place name of X. Jason X. In 4th place there. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm certainly doing my best. We're about to move into question number 900 people were surveyed. Some answers are on the board. You need to find the number 1. A little bit of chat coming in. Let me take care of that real quick before I keep going. If your beer tastes bad when it's lukewarm, you are drinking bad beer, is the note that's come across. Probably true, Chris. Probably true. I would argue if you are drinking beer, it is bad beer. But, you know, to each his own. Moving on, question number 9 coming your way. Here we go. This is a throwback question, although my screen's blocked a little bit, so you're reading it before I am. We're throwing back to 1988. Name something kids are told to take turns using. Toys or games, the bathroom, bikes, or the swing. You can tell by the answers we're going back in some time, y'all. Once again, I'm the lead-in for Chris's game 1986. The Price is Right. I wanted to make sure I get you in that headspace just a little bit. Put on your 1988 heads, and let's see what we're doing. Let's take a look. 58% of the room says toys or games. 32% says the swing. 2 guesses of the bathroom. 1 guess of bikes.
What kind of swing?
Air swing.
I don't feel like we went to the bathroom less in 1988. But I guess let's find out together. Let's take a look. Let's bring the big board up. Let's show you your answers. Here comes the board. 100 people were surveyed. Top 5 answers are on the board. Let's take a look. Show me number 5. Swing!
Swing!
Swing! Let's take a look at number 4.
Bike!
Bikes! You make sure you okay. This is the one that I think really feels very throwback to me. Number 3. The phone! Take turns using the
Take
phone.
turns using the iPhone.
Because it's connected to a cord in the wall, and you can only walk 11 feet away because we bought the long cord, Sally. Let's take a look. Number 2, bathroom. Number 1, toys and games. You're gonna get those points there. Let's take a look, and that is exactly what you did. Toys and games. 58% of the room getting that one right. Let's take a look at the scores. Courtney leading with 616. Nayabari at 538. Oh, I've been waiting for it. Jason X in third place with 534. Back by only 2 points. It's a close game for second place. Mike is in 23rd. I just happened to notice when you put an exclamation point at the end of your name, I can see it in the crowd. Let's take a look, okay? And we are about to move on to our next question. Question number 10 of our 15-question game. 100 people were surveyed. Here's some answers. Show me the top one. Name something a really paranoid mobster might have that's bulletproof. Windows, a shield, a car, or a vest? Is it windows? Is it a shield like Captain America? Is it a car, or is it a vest? A really paranoid mobster. Which would they have?
I am surprised briefcase is not on this list.
Right? Now, I will say there are more answers than you
case.
see here, but I don't think briefcase is even in the bigger list. Let's see how you answered. Okay, so you're pretty sure it's not shield. That's what you've decided. It could be vest, it could be car, it could be windows. Who knows? I'll tell you who knows. America knows. Let's bring the board up. Let's bring it over. Let's show you. A really paranoid mobster might have that's bulletproof. Top 5 answers are on the board. Show me number 5. Shield. Because once again,
the shields.
whenever this was answered, this mobster was still not Captain America. Number 4. Show me number 4. Windows. Is on number 4. Show me number 3. A suit. Whole ass bulletproof suit. That feels like it's got to be real heavy to me, but I've never worn this. I feel like it would have to be. 2 answers remaining. I believe these were our 2 top vote getters. Let's take a look. Show me number 2. A car. That makes number 1 a bulletproof vest. A vest, the correct answer on that one. Let's go to the game that we are playing. Let's take a look. Only 7 people giving me bulletproof vest as the correct answer. What's that do to the scores?
Wow.
Now, Barry leading with 829. Courtney in second with 616. I got to get my arms warmed up. I got to get ready. It's X, Jason X, in third place. I'm not going to lie. I enjoy you up here for a couple questions. I'm hoping it goes away so I don't have to dance every time you're up. And you could say, well, Bruce, then just don't do it. There's no way I'm pronouncing that name and not doing the X symbol. Not bad investment. Boo, Patrick. Boo. We're about to move on to question number 1,100 people were surveyed. Some answers are here. You need to find the number 1. Here we go. Name a place people go which they insist must be clean. The kitchen or fridge, a restaurant, a bathroom, or the hospital. Name a place people go they insist must be clean. A little bit of chat coming in. Let's take a look once again. I believe this is one with only 4 answers. I think you're looking at the entire board here. Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 63% say the bathroom, and then every other answer just has like a sprinkling of answers on there. The kitchen, fridge, the restaurant, and the hospital. You're like, I don't know if we need the hospital that clean. Come on, Bruce. What are you doing? It doesn't have to be that clean. Let's take a look. Let's go to the big old board. And let's see how folks answer. Let me make sure I get the right one here. Name a place people go, which they insist must be clean. Only 4 answers on the board. Show me number 4. Hospital. I find it ridiculous when you answered low on it. I find it ridiculous when America answers low on it. Show me number 3. Kitchen fridge. Show me number 2. Restaurant. That does in fact make number 1 is the correct answer. You pulled it out as a room. Let's jump back to our game and let's show you what's going on there. Bathroom, number 1 answer. Ooh, things are moving on my screen. Let's show your scores. Courtney leading with 712. X, Jason X in second place with 695.
Oh.
Josh in third with 678. I see one of the robots in 13th. Let's take a look at chat.
I'm still the same ranking.
I can't tell what's going on here because the question appears to be 30 hospitals totally fine, to which someone asked reasonably, did you mean flirty hospitals? In which case we also don't know what you're talking about. And then the response is, it was a typo. So here's the question. We know it was a typo. Was the typo for flirty? Was it flirty hospitals you were talking
Flirty
about?
hospitals.
Because in which case, we're not quite sure what's going on. We just
no
don't know.
one knows, really.
Yeah.
No
We're about
one
to
knows.
move on to question number
Flirty
12, 100 points. 100 people were surveyed. Some answers are on the board. You need to pick out, 40 hospitals, of course. Why didn't I think of that? No, it says to cook for 40 hospitals. Moving on to question number 12. Here we go. This is another throwback question. My screen is partially blocked by chat. Throwback to 1997 this time, folks. Get in the Wayback Machine. Name something on which you'd hate to see an out-of-order sign. An ATM, a payphone, a bathroom, or a stamp machine.
1997, those stamp machines.
Right?
Serious.
People are like, but I have to get a stamp, and the machine's out of order. However, will I mail this letter for 19 cents?
Please, someone remind me what a payphone is.
It's like Bill and Ted.
It's attached to a wall with a 12-foot cord.
It's covered in urine.
It's like a very small billboard.
It's those 900 numbers.
The reason you left the house with $2 in quarters.
And that's what you did. If you were out and you were in trouble, you better make sure you have quarters. Because the only way you're either going to play a game of pinball or get home is if you have quarters. Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 66% say the bathroom. You have gone for neither. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's what I want to talk about for a second. Is that one of you thinks that there's ever an era of time where the number one answer America gives us at any point since the Pony Express was a stamp machine? That if someone stopped you at literally any point of existence, no matter where you were, no matter what you were doing, and said, name something you'd hate to see an out-of-order sign, you would immediately from the hip say, oh, a stamp machine would be the thing that would frustrate me the most. Ooh. I have to mail in the bill for my Diners Club card. Let's go over to the big board and see how it looks over there. Once again, we're on a throwback question too. I need to look at it real quick. To 1997 on this one, which was probably just the tail end of when these even could have been viable. Top 4 answers are on the board. So here's the point. I could do a whole bit here about, oh my God, what could number 4 possibly be? It's just it's a stamp machine. What else would it be?
5% of the population.
The fact that it even shows up is amazing. Now let's get onto the real board. Show me number 3. Payphone. Payphone. I feel like maybe at this point there were other ways to contact people, because that seems like it would be a pretty big deal if, for instance, I needed to get home from the roller rink. Let's take a look at number 2. ATM. ATM. That would upset me even till today. And then number 1 answer, of course, is the bathroom. The correct answer. No matter how much things change, they, of course, stay the same. Bathroom, the correct answer. Let's jump into the game that we're playing over here. Let's mark 66% of the room getting that one right. Bathroom. Oh, no. Woo. Okay, here we go. X, Jason X is leading with 787. Courtney in second. Nayabari in third at 720. Let's take a look. A little bit of chat coming in. Let me take a look and see what that has to say. Don't make your mail come looking for you. They're okay. This is where we should do a Stamps.com promo live read. But if you ever listen to the show I do, there are 2 people that don't sponsor me, Stamps.com and Grillo's Pickles. And there's only one that I'm willing to do live reads for. No, I see some of you going, Bruce, what are you talking about? I have talked extensively about my love of Grillo's Pickles, which you can find in many supermarket, grocers, refrigerator cases, including nearly every Target store. If you really want to zip up your sandwich, grab some Grillo's Pickles. Still not a sponsor. That's all I can give you. you. Okay, we're moving on to question number 13. 100 people were surveyed. There's sure some answers on the board. You need to give me the number one. No, not Gorilla Pickles, although if you find Gorilla Pickles, take a picture. I would try them as well. Moving on to question 13.
Gorilla glue pickles.
Name something in your house that has 4 legs. A table, a pet, a chair, or a bed. Name something in your house that has 4 legs.
Yeah.
Do they even know you talk about them on the podcast? So I have tagged them multiple times because for a brief period, Grillo's Pickles worked with the Patrick Ewing Shoe Company, and there were pickle basketball shoes, and that was my end game, was to have some fly pickle basketball shoes, and that never worked itself out. But I did let them know I talk about them on the show. We got very close to a pickle sponsorship at one point. Let's take a look. Let's look at your answers. 58% of the room say table, couple guesses of a pet, couple guesses of a chair, 1 guess of a bed. And in this case, no matter what you guessed, I don't think any of these are bad answers. They're all fine. It's not like Stamp Machine, which I will mercilessly mock. But this one, no. No, all of these seem fine. So let's take a look at the big board. 100 people surveyed. Let's go to the big giant board and see what people had to say. Here we go. Name something in your house that has 4 legs. 6 answers are on the board. Show me number 6. Couch. Couch. Show me number 5. An insect.
6 legs.
That's an answer. That's a perfectly prominent answer to this. Show me number 4. Bed. Show me number 3. Chair. Number 3. Leaves us with, I believe, our top 2 answers here as well. Show me number 2. A pet. On a table. You were right. Is the table. Let's reset the board. Let's come over here and mark this correct. Table was our number 1 answer. Would that do the scores? Oh. All right. I can't do that because Hulk Hogan's a garbage human being. X, Jason, X. Nayabari in second with 814. Courtney in third with 779. We are moving into question number 14 out of our 15-question opening game. We have 2 games today. The first one, the second one's going to be a little more adult than this one. But don't worry about it. Nothing's going to be downright filthy, but a lot of stuff is going to be suggestive. Kimberly, I panicked and guessed bed. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Just hit a button. It happens sometimes, but none of them were bad answers. If you panic and hit Stamp Machine, that's when you kind of have to just like stand up, go look outside of the window, come back in, look out 15 feet, adjust your eyes. I'm moving to question number 14 and 15. Here we go. I have part of my screen blocked. I can see you can see it. Name a country older than the United States. France, China, Spain, or England. You may remember at the beginning I said, hey guys, some of these questions are going to be flat out facts, and you need to pick what the best opinion is of the facts. Well, guys, gals, non-binary pals, this is the question I was thinking of when I said it. All of them are, but which one does America think about? Let's see together.
Oh.
You answered 47% of the room gave me China. Ooh. Also, 47% of the room gave me England.
Wow.
You've decided as a room it ain't Spain. That's a bold gambit tonight. There have been many places in the past that denied Spain, and it did not work out well for them. But you have decided not Spain, and 2 of you gave me France. Let's take a look at the big board. Let's take a look. Here we go. Let me make sure I get the right question up here. Name a country older than the United States. 6 answers are on the board.
Ooh,
Show me number 6. Ireland. Okay, sure, why not? Show me number 5.
Germany.
Don't know why. If given this question, that's the answer you would just quickly pull. Okay. Show me number 4. China. Can't believe that's only number 4. Show me number 3.
Mexico.
Show me number 2. France. That makes your number 1 answer. England. 150 that we had here. Let me reset the board there. And let's go to the game that we're playing. Let's correctly mark England. England, the correct answer on that one. Let me show you how the game's going. X, Jason X leading with 954. Courtney in second, 16. I'm a grandma. Is in third place with 820.
You did terrible. Okay, well, in the middle of us.
What's happening? I guess that wasn't for me. Sorry. Once again, we have one question remaining in game number 1. It's worth 100 points. And then we're going to move on to game number 2. I must have thought we were in New England. Okay, good. I'm glad I got that one in. Okay, final question of the opening game. Once again, game number 2, slightly more suggestive. I don't want you to think it's like going to be flat out adult, but I do want to warn you, some of the questions are a little suggestive. But final question of this game, here we go. Name a sign people disobey. This is the one I was warning you about. Put on a mask is not one of them. Here we go. Speed limit, stop, do not enter, or no littering. Which of those is a sign people disobey? The answer is all of them are signs people disobey, but which one is the number 1 answer is what we're worried about. Right? All of these are potentially correct. Let's take a look. Oh, no. And it opened up my eyes. You saw the sign. Solid Ace of Base reference. Coincidentally, as a room, do not look up the meaning of any of Ace of Base's songs. It's not a thing you want to know. Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 63% of the room say that you're not going to be able to follow a speed limit. Couple guesses of stop. One person said no littering. I don't know, like, I don't want to litter, but I don't know that I follow a no littering sign. Like, to me, a no littering sign is almost like a dare. Where I'm like, well, I wasn't going to litter before sign, but now that you're here, let's take a look at the big board. Let's see how America felt about this one. Let's take a look. How many answers are there on this one? Name a sign people refuse to obey. There are 6 answers on here. I believe this one is slightly older, and you're going to be able to tell by number 6. No smoking.
No smoking.
No smoking. Number 5. Speed limit. Which means this one's just lying to you. No littering above that, which means not only is the question a little older, everyone lied on it. Next is do not enter. Do not enter. Number 2 is yield. I will not yield. Will car accident after I yield. Number 1 is stop.
Stop, really?
Apparently, people are just like, you're not going to tell me when to hit the brake on my car.
Not just scofflaws.
I wouldn't have figured it either, but 23% of the room, 7 of you figured it was right. Let's take a look. There we go. Let's show the rankings at the end of the game.
Whoa.
Our winner with 966 points is Courtney.
Yay, Courtney.
Good work, Courtney. In second place with 954 points, Jason X. And in third place with 893 points, 16 on the grandma.
16.
Good work, good work. We are about to head into game number 2. Give me a second to put everything down, put everything back up. Let me move you over to our next game. In theory, this should just move your phones over. If not, you're going to want to refresh. Give me 1 second. Let me set that up. That should be in place. Get out of my way. Pop up. This should move you on to game number 2. And there we go. That should set you up into game number 2 we're getting ready for. Once again, this one's going to be a little more suggestive, but nothing terrible.
Now's your opportunity to change from being a Cylon.
Yeah, if you want to change from being a Cylon, now would be a great time to do it. A couple of people talked about this at the very beginning on my podcast, on the Party Gamecast. We do What the Food, where I eat weird things. Now, we have a lot of stuff right now, especially like in these times, I have to do with quotation marks, where I have to get everything out to all the members of the show. But I have a couple things that we only get one of. So I'm going to show you one of those today. Bear with me for a second. We can only get one of these. We ordered this from some weird international place. This is chorizo and fried egg potato chips.
Oh, man, nice.
So we're going to have a little moment together. If you happen to have a weird snack that you also would like to talk to us about, feel free to let me know. But I'm going to just real quick, before we get into game number 2, it's a quick snack time. If you want to grab a drink, if you're somewhere, if you need to rehydrate, this would be a great time to do it. If, for instance, you just want to grab like a real stiff drink and dehydrate, this is also a perfectly fine time to do that. They just smell like fried. Whoa. They smell like fried chorizo. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Let's take a look. Let's give that. That is a very red chip. That is a very fried chip. That is a very red chip. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's so much egg. That's what I wasn't. It's so egg for. It tastes like an egg. It tastes like I bit into a fried egg. This is. Oh my God! It never goes away. It's just egg taste. It smells like chorizo and tastes like a whole fried egg.
Weird.
Oh. So, like, don't get me wrong. If you want to eat a fried egg, that's wonderful. Sorry to talk while I'm eating. But, like, it's not the kind of... You don't want the taste of an egg and the texture of a deep-fried potato chip.
Wow.
Laval, where the hell are these? What part of the world did... These are from Spain. That's what we got for knocking Spain earlier. Wow. That is sure a thing, y'all. Thank you so much for it. Wow. Gadzooks. Does anybody else, before I move on, does anybody else out there have a weird food that they want to share with us? Okay, wait a minute. Let me give you the spotlight here. I'm going to spotlight you for everybody. What's birthday cake flavored what?
Pretzels.
What?
They're from Utz.
Okay. Utz is actually very close to us down here. I'm just outside of Baltimore. Utz is in Pennsylvania, although they've stretched much further. Birthday cake flavored pretzels. What do they smell like?
Definitely smell like vanilla birthday cake.
Oh, wow. What are we
That's
getting?
what they smell like. Okay, so it's like a...
It looks like a cookie.
Yeah, it looks like a Christmas iced cookie.
Is it just a bag of Christmas iced cookies? Because if so, I think calling them pretzels seems very disingenuous.
This is pretty good.
Okay.
It's like salty birthday cake.
That's not a thing I ever thought I would want, but okay.
I think it's pretty good.
Nice. Does anybody else have anything before we jump into game number 2?
I have these.
Okay, wait a minute, Eric. Let me real quick put you up on screen so that you are our spotlighted screen. Let me spotlight you for everybody. Energy-packed protein crisps. Flex!
For when you are so deep in your Axis and Allies game and there's no time for tacos.
So what do we like? Is it just? Does it taste like just buffalo flavor to everything else, or did Flex bring something stronger with it?
It tastes kind of just like a real bad idea, but we have buffalo sauce. Yeah, it's a bad idea with buffalo sauce.
What is it made out of?
I think it's like popcorn. Let me just look.
Okay.
I found them in the store.
I was waiting for you to tell me it was crickets.
Okay, no, crickets is like the 6th ingredient.
Okay.
No, first ingredient is soy protein.
Okay. So soy and crickets. Is there anybody else out there that has a fun snack to share? If not, we'll jump into game number 2. Okay. Well, thank you for being a little part of what we do with What the Food. I can tell you, if you have a chance to get those chorizo and fried, don't do it. Don't get them unless you're like, I want the taste of fried eggs, but I want it to be real crunchy. We're about to head into game number 2. Once again, this is my final warning. Things get a little suggestive towards the end of this game. Once again, I cannot state enough. It never gets filthy. None of the answers are ever going to be filthy, but I will tell you that it does get a little suggestive as we start to move through the game. So if that offends your general sensibilities, I completely understand. This would be a great time to jump off, and don't worry, Chris has nothing suggestive in The Price is Right. So if you're just waiting for that, as much as I would love to see Chris's suggestive item Price is Right.
The Price is Right at night.
Yeah. in prime time, kind of, but also
for the right money, anything could happen, Bruce.
Exactly. Once again, we're about to move on to game number 2. That's sort of your last warning. Once again, nothing's real terrible here, but it does get suggestive, and I just like you to know. Okay, we're about to head into game number 2. You know how it works, exactly the same as the first game. Is there anybody that's not in the game? It should say at the top of your phone screen, Virtual Game Summit Feud game number 2. If you do not have that, refresh your screen. If that still didn't work, scan the code again. If all of that didn't work, go to a browser, put in ringin.games, and put in VGS Feud 2. Try not to put that in as your code name, or we know you're the Cylon. Let's take a look. I have a little bit of chat coming in. I want to make sure that's no confusion. Everybody that can't get hooked up. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Eric. Crunchy eggs. It's so egg forward. It's messing with my mind. Yeah. And we're about to head in. Let's see. And we're about to get into game number 2. I dimmed the lights for the After Dark round. Oh, talk to Chris. Chris, once you put your After Dark game together, I'm totally in.
Okay, you got it. You'll have to go through like a real sketchy channel to get access, but we'll make it happen.
Fine. That's you, Chris. Chris, come on. You know I don't care. We're about to head into game number 2. Here we go. Let's start the countdown. 10. I still don't get a 9. I never get a 9. They're never going to give me one. I think I'm worthy of a 9. 2, 1. Here we go. Question number 1 in this game. 100 people were sure surveyed. You need to find the number one answer. Name the person you feel most guilty lying to. Children, a significant other, myself, or a parent. As one person noted, the after dark web. Boo. Looking for answers in this. Once again, everything's worth 100 points. The rich do get richer in this game, but hey, we're just here having fun. Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 60% say significant other. None of you care if you lie to yourself. You're like, yeah, Bruce, that's the everyday. If I don't get to lie to myself a little bit, I'm not going to make it. How dare you challenge me? A couple people guess parent. One person's like, I will lie to my kids every day and twice on Sunday. The one person who apparently said children may not have kids. You may just be trying to guess how America feels. Let's take a look. Chat coming in real fast. It's called coping, Bruce. Shut your face. Let's take a look. Let's bring up the big board for everybody. Let's move it over once again for our second, I don't know if I want to call it full after dark, but certainly in the evening part of the game. Let's take a look here. There we go. 6 answers on the board. Name a person you feel most guilty lying to. Show me number 6. The dentist.
I don't feel guilty about that.
Flossing.
I brush every day.
I feel like of everybody I lie to, yeah, I brush 3 times a day and floss 4 of them. It's floss, brush, floss. That's how I do it. Let's take a look. Number 5. Best friend. Let's take a look now. Show me number 4. Myself. It looks like you were all right about that. That wasn't a real answer. Let's show me number 3. Children. Lying to children about all of the things.
11 people are not parents, apparently.
It's doing stuff. It's always watching you.
I never actually have candy in the van.
No matter how many times I tell them. And every time they believe me that there's candy. And there's just not.
Kids are dumb.
Yeah. Kids are dumb, man. Show me number 2. Significant other. Number 1 is a parent on this one. Parent, the number 1 answer. Let's take a look. Let's score you in the game that we're playing. Parent, the number 1 answer. Only 11 people getting that one right. Let's take a look. Chris Dew bleeding with 94. Austin in second with a tie with Chad, who is definitely not a Cylon. And you can tell because added to the name is definitely not a Cylon. And I absolutely believe you.
Thank you.
Because that's kind of person I am. Let's take a look. A little bit of chat coming in. It does sound like Cylon talk, but it clearly says in parentheses, and I quote, not a Cylon. So who am I to believe? I think the person telling me they're not a Cylon. Okay. Moving on to question number 2. Here we go. 100 people were surveyed. Throwback to 1999 on this one. Wait a minute. I've got a little bit of chat coming in. Name one thing in your house that gets used more than any other. Once again, name one thing in your house that gets used more than any other. The bathroom or toilet, the TV or remote, the kitchen or fridge, or the telephone. Once again, you can tell that this is an older game because that telephone is in there. It will appear. I'm only sorry this one didn't have fax machine as one of the answers.
Ant machine.
Mimeograph.
VHS.
Let's see how you answered. 2 people guessing telephone, 2 people guessing fridge, some people guessing TV or remote. Once again, bathroom, toilet seems like the kind of answer that will just be fine no matter when you give it. But let's find out together. Let's go to the big board. Let's take a look. Let's bring it up. Give me 1 second to put the right question up on the board for you. Name one thing in your house that gets used more than anything else. 8 answers are on the board. Show me number 8. Washing machine. Show me number 7. The microwave. Which if only it was about a decade earlier, that would have been even higher up because you would have used it to cook everything.
Yeah.
Show me number 6. Coffee pot.
Coffee pot.
As one big word. For me, that would be higher up in my personal life, but who am I to influence the game? Show me number 5. Bed. Bed is a very clever answer that is never going to be number 1. Show me number 4. Telephone. Show me number 3. Kitchen. Show me number 2. Oh, toilet number one is
Yeah.
the
TV
remote by 4 points. TV/remote. Let's reset the board there. And let's take a look at the game that we're playing. Let's take a look there. TV or remote? 9 people getting that one right. 30% of the room. Let's take a look. Oh, no, what has happened? Chad, who is definitely not a Cylon, is winning. You can tell he's not a Cylon because he understands people so well. Nahabari in second place, 165. Mayho in third with 152. Let's take a look at the chat. Any chat coming across? Seems like it's going to be an exciting, swingy game. It very well could be. It all depends on how well you know America. This might be very easy for you. Making whoopee is never coming up, I promise you. Making whoopee is never the answer, or I think even suggested throughout the game. Although I think one of the questions is, name something you pound. I believe that is one of the questions here. So once again, I promise you, it gets, I see a couple people giving me the face. I told you it got suggestive. Let's take a look. One more thing coming across on chat. Or a swinging game, if you know what I'm talking about. If you want to just, it's all in the shoulders when you're talking about a swinging game. Moving on to question number 3. Here we go. Name a kind of animal that could use a facelift. Name a kind of animal that could use a facelift. A bulldog, a monkey, a Shar-Pei, or a hippo. Name an animal that could use a facelift. Ugly animals.
Why is this not showing up?
I do not know that.
Yeah, it's same problem.
Yeah,
I hit refresh.
Yeah, refresh fixes most problems with this game. Let's take a look in the chat. Yeah, no, the Cylons are definitely the problem.
It happened to me, I swear, so don't throw me in the airlock. It happened.
I know you put those red cards in. You're the only one who draws them.
70% of the room decided you ugly-ass bulldogs need a facelift. A couple guesses on Shar-Pei's. Shar-Pei burn. One guess on monkey. No one guessed the hippo, which tells me maybe none of you have ever seen a hippo. Hippo would gladly accept a facelift if given the chance. But let's take a look at the big board and see how America felt about this. Let's take a look. Let's move it over. We're looking for animals that need facelifts. That is a phrase I never thought I would say in my life. So yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Name an animal that could use a facelift. There it is. Top 7 answers are on the board. So many ugly-ass animals. Here we go. Number 7, the hound dog. I'll have the droopy Richard Nixon jowls, so I definitely understand. In 6, show me number 6, the hippo. The hippo. Looks like you were right. Not as good an answer as I thought. Show me number 5, the Shar-Pei. That is an animal exclusively consisting of wrinkles. I don't know why that's so far down.
It's the right answer. It's just not the most popular answer.
That is true. This is another case where the facts do not get in the way of how America feels. Number 4, the pit bull. Yeah, I don't know. Show me number 3, the pig. Pig. Show me number 2, bulldog. In America's maybe worst decision they've made in a very long time, the monkey for some reason is number 1. I don't know. I can't even believe I had to put that on there as the number 1 answer, but it was the monkey, which I believe exactly one of you guessed. Yes, one person gave me the monkey. I don't know how you knew it. I hope you're not a Cylon. Let's take a look. Not a Cylon is still leading, and I find it suspicious. Brick in second with 172, Nayabari with 165 as we look at our top 3. A little bit of chat coming in. Haven't you always wanted to be a monkey?
Haven't you always wanted a monkey?
I just don't think of them as the wrinkliest.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not thinking properly of a monkey. As many of you were not thinking properly of a hippo. Moving on to question number 4, 100 people were surveyed. Find the number 1 answer. Name something you might offer someone even if they didn't ask for it. It hasn't gotten filthy yet, so the answer you might expect here is not the answer you're going to get. They are advice, a drink, a mint, or food. Which of those? Something you might offer if they didn't ask for it. Let's take a look, as opposed to how about some of this, which I think would be the inappropriate answer. Let's see. 72% of the room gives me advice. Only one person thinks it's a mint. no one guesses food. That really blows my mind because there are all kinds of groups of people where that is a cultural custom that you must offer everyone food. If you're on Twitter, the answer is definitely advice. That is also true. Let's see how America felt. Let's get to the big board. Let's see here. Make sure we're a little further in my list, so I got to pay a little attention as I click on everything. Name something you might offer someone even if they didn't ask for it. 7 answers on the board. Show me number 7. A place to sit. Polite. Show me number 6.
Mint.
Show me number 5. Money. I'm not doing it. That's not what I'm going to do. In 4, show me number 4. Help. Notably, help different than advice, as you well know, if you've been on Twitter. Show me number 3. Advice is number 3. Show me number 2. It's a drink. Number 1 is food.
Nobody guessed it.
Talk to your friends from multiple groups, and they will tell you can't go over to my grandmother's house without her offering you food. I believe, did anyone get that one right? Let's look at our board and find out. Not a single person.
Wow.
The room stunned by food. Nothing changes. Chad is still not a Cylon, and we're all glad to hear it. Was going to guess hold the door. I'm not sharing my inhaler. That's fair. We're about to move on. Since that functionally did nothing, question number 5 coming your way. Here we go. On which topic might a father give advice to his son? Personal finance, jobs, women/relationships, or sports? I wanted so desperately to put sports ball there, but that's not how it's written in the survey, and I'm not going to throw you off with that.
Twitter. Yeah.
Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 90% of the room. This is the most that we've had everyone behind an answer for the entire game. I don't know that that's good, but that statement was factual. Let's go to the big board. Let's take a look. I'm nervous about this one just because you're so sure as a room.
No one said Dad was giving good advice.
A topic in which a father might give advice to his son. 7 answers are on the board. Let's take a look. Show me number 7. Sports. Sure. Why the hell not? Show me number 6. Driving.
Yeah.
I guess like if you're Dale Earnhardt Jr., you'd have some questions. There we go. One person knows stock car racing enough to get that one.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's fine. I'm doing this for 1%ers. Let's take a look. Show me number 5. Drugs or alcohol? Son, do you want to know how to make a bomb out of an apple? First, you need a real big apple that's not too ripe, but not rotten. Once again, show me number 4. Children. Show me number 3. Personal finance. Show me number 2. Jobs. Does make number 1. Women and relationships. You were right as a room on that one. 90% of you getting that one right. Which means in all good theory, the only people we should leave behind are the Cylons. Let's take a look. Nope, we didn't do it. Chad, who is definitely not a Cylon, still leading with 267. Brick at 261. Amiho 232. Let's see, is there any comments coming in I need to worry about? Oh, no, you're hitting the puck with the football bat. And that is why maybe sports was so far down on the list. Let's take a look. Question number 6 coming your way, 100 points. Thought I hit the button. Apparently I didn't hit the button. There we go. And this is the first question we've used with the word sexy in it. Maho, thank you very much. What language makes anything sound sexy? French, Italian, British/English, or Portuguese? I don't know that I've heard a Portuguese accent enough to think about that.
Brazilian Portuguese you might have.
Yeah, Brazilian Portuguese would be the.
Yeah, I don't know that I've talked to enough folks from Brazil to have like taken in the accent. Well, there you go. Let's take a look.
Married one.
93% of the room says French. One guess of Italian, one guess of British /English. A little more chat coming in. It's the guttural shoots that make Portuguese the language of love. You're going to see in a second, I think one of the original answers was German, which I did not feel right putting in here because it's a lot of like, good yum! Which just didn't feel right to me. Let's take a look. Language makes anything sound sexy. Show me number 6. Japanese. Show me number 5. German. Rocket flop globodominod. I said, would you like a lemonade? Let's take a look. Show me number 4. Portuguese. In Portuguese where that's coming in. Number 3. British or English.
Oh, right.
Show me number 2. Italian. Yes, the room is right. Number with 40% of the vote. It is in fact French. Notoriously, that is the best thing the marketing departments for France have ever done. Has gotten the language over as sexy. Let's take a look. Let's see. Everybody gets it right. Let's look at the scores. Wait a minute, a little bit of chat coming in. Oh no. People are both speaking French, and that makes me think that most likely that we are looking at Cylons that are trying to throw us off here. So our top 3 chats, still not a Cylon no matter what you do. Maho in second with 324. Danielin in third with 282. Yeah, I know it's Daniel, and I'm still going to pronounce it Danielin because it seems fun to me.
Yep, good.
Let's take a look. Oh, no, and now it's getting in French, which I can't read French,
phrase.
so I'm not going to make it sound good. So we're going to move on to question number 7. Let's take a look. Name a place where you might pick up a date who isn't interested in a serious relationship.
Twitter.
A dating app or Tinder, a bar. A dating app or Tinder is on here twice for some reason.
It's really not serious.
Or the club. It's super not serious. That clearly is an entry error on my part. But I'm gonna let's take a look and see how you answered. And I know you're thinking, but oh, good! Everybody that went a dating app or Tinder went in the same place, so I don't even need to do any kind of crazy calculation. Coincidentally, nearly 70% of you said bar. I'm not going to give exact numbers; it's not important. And 10 people just saying the club. Let's go take a look at the board and see how much correction I'm going to need to make here, based on my poor data entry skills. Let's see here. I'm hoping the number 1 answer is not there. If the number 1 answer got, the number 2 answer is the one that we'll be scoring. We will still be scoring the highest answer, even if I make a silly mistake like that. Let's take a look. 6 answers are on the board, and I do believe that is the mistake I made as I look over here. So I believe the number 1 answer was missing from the board, so you need to be number 2. But first, let's take a look at number 6, the mall. And I know you're thinking, but Bruce, how old must this game be? Don't forget, 2 of the answers I gave you were Tinder. So it's got to be relatively recent. But also just still like swinging folks in the mall. Hey, everybody. I'm forever 21. Let's say, look, show me number 5. Just a party. Just a party somewhere. Number 4, specifically that party is at college. Specifically, that's where that party is. Show me number 3, dating app. Tinder. Show me number 2, the club. Number 1, which is the one I believe I left off, was the bar. We're either going to credit the bar or club, depending on which one I left in the game.
Bar was the most common one.
Oh no! Yeah. Okay, good. I did leave the important ones in there. Oh, thank goodness! Almost 70% of you are scoring on this one. But Bruce, why don't you say the number on the screen? Because I don't need to hear 28 people say nice to me. Let's take a look. Chad's still not a Cylon, still in the lead. Daniel in second, Austin in third. As we take a look at the scores, let's take a look. A whole bunch of chat coming in. Nice. We're going to move on to question number 8, another 15-question game. Here we go. Name something people hug in bed. Teddy bear, a person, a dog / a pet, or a pillow. Once again, teddy bear, a person, a dog / a pet, or a pillow. Name something people hug in bed. Once again, slightly more suggestive question than we might get, but the answers are perfectly fine. This is a tough one. People have noted that. Let's take a look and see how you answered. 50% of the room guesses a pillow, 33% guesses a teddy bear. No one figures a dog or a pet. I'll tell you, if you ever get the chance to take like a good solid dog or cat nap, take that opportunity, folks. Another life lesson I'm teaching you. 17% of the room guessing a person, because clearly you're around some person that will let you do that without elbowing you in the eye socket to get you off of them, not get you of them. I said that wrong. It was all right in my head, and then when the words escaped my mouth, I was like, that's not what I meant to say at all. That was the worst possible thing to say. Let's take a look at the board. Let's see how everybody felt. Let's bring up the team board. I thought I could get through that whole thing without laughing. Sorry, folks. Let's take a look. Name something people hug in bed. Only 4 answers on the board. Show me number 4. A dog or a pet. You're right. Any chance I get where my cat will let me use him as a teddy bear, I try to do. In third place, show me number 3. A teddy bear. A teddy bear. Which I thought would be a little higher up, quite frankly. Show me number 2. A person. Right. Making number 1 a pillow. Number 1 for America. Number 1 in this game, pillow. The correct answer. Let's jump back over here. Let's mark that one. No, teddy bear is not right. Only pillow is right. So we are going to fix that. Only pillow in this game. Only pillow in this game. Let's take a look at the scores. Chad still not a Cylon. Still leading with 556. Austin in third. Austin in second. Jess in third. As we head in to question number 9 of our 15-question game. A little bit of action coming on over at chat. Bouncing out for last-minute Price is Right prep. Very good, Chris. Thank you so much. Thanks for being a part of it. You're going to be joining Chris in a little less than 30 minutes with the Price is Right. If you've played Chris's game before, remember, it will be the same game today you've seen before. So if you want to pop in, be a part of the crowd, but don't help anybody because you shouldn't do that. Just let them play. Very good. Let's get back to this game where Chad Not a Cylon is still leading. We're heading to question number 9. Here we go. Love is the right reason to get married. Name one of the wrong reasons. Lust or infatuation, money or status, because people expect it, or to spite your parents. Yeah, Mom, now what?
What you gonna do?
I don't know. Seeing it in capital letters makes it even worse. Makes me want to yell it more. Let's take a look. Let's look at the answers you've given me. 50% of the room says money or status. Couple of guesses when people expect it. Equal answers on lust and despite your parents, which may say quite a bit about our room. But the question is, how does America feel about this? Let's take a look. Let's bring the board around. Let me make sure I line up the correct question here, because there are an awful lot of them. Love is the right reason to get married. Name one of the wrong reasons. 5 answers on the board. Show me number 5. To spite your parents. America not as spiteful as we expected. Show me number 4. Because people expect it. Show me number 3. Because you already have children or you're pregnant, which is the one I didn't put on the board. Show me number 2. Lust. The number 1 answer is money. Let's take a look. 50% of the room getting that one right. Let's show you. There it is. Let's look at the board. Chad, still not a Cylon, still leading the game. That's not peculiar at all. Jess in second with 562. Danielin in third with 474. A little bit of chat coming in. Awesome. Jerry. Which he has a court show now where it's like Judge Judy, but it's Jerry Springer.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
It's really, here's the thing to know. He plays it real serious, and if things get like real Jerry Springer, he'll say things like, oh, you should go on my other show. But the rest of the time, he's a perfectly reasonable TV court judge, which, I mean, is a certain level of reasonability on one side of the scale. But even so, let's take a look. Let's see. The N is silent like Keln. It's an M as in Nancy. We're going to move on to question number 10. Here we go. Name something people brag about being really big. Right? Your answers are money or bank account, car, boat, or television. This is what I'm talking about. The questions are very suggestive, but the answers are actually pretty benign. in this one. I will tell you that's not going to account for the entire board I'm going to show you. But the answers you were given, certainly quite benign. Let's take a look. As a room, you think it's bank or money or bank account. It could be car. 4 of you gave me boat. Which I guess at the point you're like, oh, you should see how big it is, that maybe you would mention your boat. A couple people talking about TV. Anytime I brag about the size of something, it's going to be my TV. We are going to need a bigger boat. There is no doubt. If we're going to brag about it, we better get a bigger boat. Let's see how America felt about this one. Let's take a look. 100 people were surveyed. The top 6 answers are on the board. Show me number 6. Boat is because I don't know that enough people have boats for us to think about people bragging about them. Show me number 5. Body parts. You know what happens if you have big feet. You have very big socks. That's what that means. Show me number 4. Money or banking. Felt like that had to be number 1. Show me number 3. Television. Number 2, a big old car. House or property.
You didn't put it in.
Then car is the one that we're going to go with. Yes!
Yeah.
You know how it works. If I didn't put number 1, we'd go immediately to number 2. I'm not going to lie, though. I thought the other one was where I'd make the mistake, not this one. Car is going to end up being the correct answer on this one, which that completely marked wrong. Now I understand why it wasn't there, because I misread the question entirely. But let's fix that. Let's do that. I went with what I thought was right, which is what you thought was right, but we were both wrong. Property was number 1. Car is what we're going to credit for this one. Let's take a look at the scores. Chad, coincidentally, still not a Cylon, also still leading. I've got 100% of the hotness. You should see the size of my board game collection. We're going to move that back over. We're going to move on to question number 11. Coming your way. Here we go. If people could have a spare body part, name something you wouldn't mind having an extra of. An extra arm, an extra eye, an extra hand, or an extra brain. Once again, if people could have a spare body part, name something you wouldn't mind having an extra of. An arm, an eye, a hand, or a brain. Let's take a look. All answers are in. Let's see how you answered. 63% of the room say an extra arm. 26% of the room say an extra hand. No one says an extra eye. No one just wants to see a more in-depth, I suppose.
Would the extra arm not have a hand on it?
So that's the thing. I think that is the existential question you must ask yourself. If I ask for an extra hand, is it just like coming out of my shoulder? If I ask for an extra arm, does it have no hand on it? I don't know what to tell you. I can only tell you how America answered.
Maybe an extra hand on the same arm? So you could like...
Maybe that's how it would work. I'm not sure. I don't know that Tuscaloosa, Alabama thought too hard about that. Let's take a look. Let's show you the board. Let's take a look. 100 people were surveyed. Top 5 answers are on the board. Show me number 5. It is eye. Show me number 4. An extra heart like the doctor. Show me number 3. Brain. No one wants to think that hard. So now we have your fight at the top. Is it a handless arm or an armless hand? Number 2, it is the arm. People want an extra hand. 22-14 on that one. An extra hand is the correct answer. Let's jump back to our game. Let's correctly mark that. Extra hand, 7 people getting that one right. Chad, still not a Cylon, still in the top. Scott in second with 571. Austin in third with 565. Let's take a look. A little bit of chat coming in. Definitely Addams Family vibes. I do very much get a bring me a ball thing kind of feel to that. Moving on to question number 12. 100 people were surveyed. Find either the number 1 or number 2 answer. I hope the number 1 answer, but we've seen what happens. Name something people pound. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Name something people pound. Meat or steak, pavement or road, nails or beer. Name something people pound. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button there for a second. Got a little bit of a preview on the next question. I hope it won't help too much. Name something people pound. Meat or steak, the pavement or the road, nails or beer. Your answers.
I was expecting the table.
Right? I believe it actually is one of the answers I did not put in there. Meat or steak and nails are dead even. Pavement or road is there. Pounding back a beer. A brewski if you would. getting only 3 votes here. Let's take a look at how America felt about this one. Name something you pound. Let's take a look here. 100 people were surveyed. Top 5 answers are on the board. Show me number 5. A beer. Kind of back that beer. Show me number 4. Pavement. Show me number 3. Nails. There went the part of our 50-50. Show me number 2. Table or counter. The number 1 answer was meat or steak. You pound a meat, you pound a steak.
What?
Sometimes I guess you pound chicken.
You can buy a pound of meat.
Boo. Chad, still not a Cylon, still in the lead by quite a bit. Scott in second, Daniel in third. As we head on to question number 13 of our 15-question game, 100 people were surveyed. Pick out the highest answer. Here we go. Name something that squirts when you least expect it. A water hose, a shower, a baby, or a lemon or some other fruit. Name something that squirts when you least expect it. Water hose, shower, baby, or lemon/fruit. Let's take a look and see how you answered. 46% of the room gives me a baby. 38% of the room gives me a lemon or fruit. No one gives me a shower. Only a couple of you give me a water hose. Let's take a look and see how America felt about this one. Let's bring it on in and bring it on over. 100 people were surveyed. Let me make sure I line up the correct answer so I don't help you with another one. Let's see here. Name something that squirts when you least expect it. 5 answers are on the board. Show me number 5. Shower. Show me number 4. A water gun. That's the one I didn't include. Show me number 3. A baby. Show me number 2. A water hose. Number 1 is lemon or fruit. Lemon, the correct answer on that one. A few of you managing to get that one right. Let's jump back over into the game that we're playing, and let's get those points on the board. Water hose is not right. We're going to go fix that. Clearly, that was left over from something else. At least we can fix these. Lemon or fruit is the correct answer. Let's mark that, and let's rescore. That's what it's supposed to look like. There we go, lemon or fruit. Chad is still not a Cylon. Chad is still leading. Jess in second, Daniel in third. Let's take a look. Little bit of chatter coming in. Yep, no George Takei gif on this one, which we should have been ready for. Oh, my. As we get ready for question number 14 of our 15-question game, here we go. Name an occupation where you have to touch your customers. Once again, the before times, y'all, the before times. A hairdresser, a barber, a nurse, a doctor, a dentist, or a manicurist. Which of those? Nurse and doctor were separate on this one, which was the reason I gave you both of them here. They did have separate responses. Nurse, doctor, dentist, manicurist, or hairdresser/barber. Let's see what you gave me. 52% of the room giving me doctor or dentist. 37% of the room giving me a hairdresser or barber. 1 guess of a nurse. 2 guesses of a manicurist. They certainly do all have to touch you, but how does America feel about it? Let's take a look. Let's bring over the board. 100 people were surveyed. Once again, let me make sure I get the right question. Bear with me. There we go. Name an occupation where people have to touch your customers. 6 answers are on the board. Show me number 6. Tailor. A tailor. One I don't really think much of. Show me number 5.
Manicurist.
Show me number 4. A nurse. Show me number 3. A masseuse.
Yep.
Show me number 2. Hairdresser, barber, doctor, or dentist takes the day. Doctor or dentist is our top answer on this one. Let's jump back into the game that we're playing. 52% of the room getting that one right. A doctor or dentist. Chad, still not a Cylon, leading. Miss Dew has moved up into second. Kimberly is in third. It is a tight race at the top. Our final question, 100 points, potentially anybody's game. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, of course, not necessarily someone you should let touch you just because they have the name Taylor. Watch yourself. It's an important lesson. I've tried to give you some good life lessons. Take that one with you as well. Moving on to question 15, our final question of the game. Brace yourself, guys, gals, non-binary pals. This is going to be a throwback. Once again, I'm leading into Chris's game. He'll be doing The Price is Right 1986. Here is our final question of the game. Throwback to 1988. Name something guys like to shoot. Your answers are the breeze, a gun or a target, basketball or hoops, and pool or billiards. From 1988, name something guys like to shoot. Just a couple years ahead of the upcoming Price is Right game you're going to have in front of you. Let's take a look. Let's see how you answered. 44% of the room give me basketball or hoops. A couple guesses of gun or target. The breeze. A couple people give me. A couple guesses of pool or billiards. Let's, for the final time of the night, let's bring up the big board. Let's do a little bit of music this time. Okay, now I need to stop it so we don't get cut off of anywhere. Okay. No, we're fine. Final question of the game. 100 people were surveyed. Let's show you the top 5 answers are on the board. Once again, our throwback to 1988. Tell me something guys like to shoot. Show me number 5. The breeze. The breeze at number 5. Show me number 4. Basketball or hoops. This has ruined the game for a lot of you. Show me number 3. Pool or billiards. Show me number 2. Animals or birds. Number 1 is gun or target.
Why is it animals or birds?
Final answer to tonight's game. Let's take a look. Let's mark it up. Only 8 people getting it right. Here are, wait a minute, let me take a real quick look. Let me look at our chat that's coming in.
Birds aren't animals.
Nothing I do. Although craps, I think, should have been an answer on here, but it wasn't. Let's take a look at the end of the game. In third place with 691 points is Kimberly. In second place with 740 points, not a Cylon and not our winner, Chad. Your winner with 775 points, Miss Do. Just a quick note. Thank you very much to everybody that came out to be a part of this. Thank you for giving me a part of your night. Thank you for spending part of your convention here with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the convention. Go have some fun. Don't forget, in just a couple minutes, Chris is going to be on his stream doing the Price is Right 1986. I see Kimberly has turned on her camera. Is there something you'd like to tell everybody? Or are you just...
Just thank you, Bruce. I was just going to say thank you.
No problem. I just wanted to check. I didn't know if it was something I needed to worry about. Once again, everybody, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the time and your energy to come out and be a part of this. Have fun. Continue the rest of your game show fantasy for the night. Head on over to Chris playing 86. The Price is Right. If you have not played it, it is super cool. It is a ton of fun. You definitely should do it. If you played it before, feel free to watch, but don't help anybody because the game didn't necessarily change, so don't help anybody out.